published 0306 est, the 23rd of November. The 2017 updated 1116 est, the 23rd of November 2017. We've teamed up with Wakar to tell you which dashcam is best if you're buying with a budget of £150. You've probably seen some horrendous dashcam footage on social media. Accidents, bad driving, road rage, the lot. Well, that's all entertaining in a slightly uncomfortable voyeuristic kind of way. Dashcam footage can also save you money, points and even a spell in prison. This Garmin is let down by the small display, though the footage it records is crisp 1080p resolution rating. The Garmin Dashcam 30 unit records crisp footage in 1080p resolution, and you can use up to a 64GB card for storage. However, the display screen is very small at 1.4 inches and there are limited safety features, fewer than you will find on other, not much more costly, systems. This Mio only gets 3 stars because of its grainy footage and difficult to adjust mounting arm rating. The resolution of the Mio MiView 633 at 1080p doesn't seem that sharp, so the images aren't crystal clear, and the mounting arm is difficult to adjust. But with those negatives out the way, this Mio has some definite positives. There's built-in GPS, so your location is recorded with the data, and you can easily store a clip manually to ensure it doesn't get overwritten. It has crash sensors, so it will do that automatically, but it's belt and braces to do that manually. It will even keep active when you're parked, so if someone reverses into you, you'll know who it was. The Roadhawk Vision is one of the more compact units available, though that means you don't get a screen rating. If you're looking for a more discreet camera, then the Roadhawk Vision fits the bill. It manages that compact size by not having a display screen, so you'll need the app, which is free to download. You can easily use that to ensure the camera is set up correctly and download easily. It can record up to 1296p resolution, so the 8GB card it comes with is useful but will need to be supplemented. It can take up to 128GB. It fixes on via an adhesive patch, so it needs to really stay in place, but it's so discreet that's less of an issue. Expensive. While lacking other safety features, this is a quality bit of kit. Nextbase is one of the leading manufacturers on the dashcam market, and the 312GB is an easy-to-use unit rating. This 312GB is the first Nextbase to feature in our list, but despite its low price it has quite a few safety features and is well made and easy to operate. It records in 1080p resolution, which should be good enough for most, and can manage about 4 hours of recording before overwriting if you use a 32GB card. It's well made, robust and should be up to the task unless you feel you want to spend more on the 412GB model. If you have a dashcam fitted, you will have solid evidence of what actually happened in an accident. It won't simply be your word against theirs. This evidence can be used by the insurance companies or the courts to ascertain the truth and apportion blame, something which could be very beneficial to you. Footage captured by drivers is even being used by police forces to penalize dangerous drivers caught in the act. More and more motorists are feeling the benefits of using a dashcam, especially with the recent spate of cash-for-crash scams. A dashcam is a device with a camera that can be fixed to the windscreen of your car and work by being plugged into a 12V socket. Video is saved onto a micro SD card, but that's not usually included in the package you buy, so a 32GB card would be a necessary addition and would give you about 4 hours of recording. After that it starts rewriting over the video, but even fairly cheap units have G-force sensors, so if you have an impact, the time from about 10 seconds before that impact and 20 seconds after will be stored in a separate folder that then won't be overwritten. If you go a step further and have a dashcam permanently fitted via the fuse box, then you could be looking at an insurance discount of up to 20% depending on the provider. All that and peace of mind seems a good bet, but you can spend from around £50 up to £300 or more, so what would be a good dashcam to buy that represented decent value for money? We reckon a figure of £150 makes a sensible maximum, as you get all you need within that range. Read on to find out which one we rated the best. This super small Juvu device is one of the most discreet dashcams on the market and one of the most affordable. You should buy an optional £5 filter to guarantee the best footage in all conditions. Though rating like the Roadhawk featured in 5th spot, there's no display screen with this Juvu X, so it is small and discreet. You need the app to set it up and adjust, and the app wasn't the easiest to use, but once set up this records very clear imagery at 60 frames a second. A corporal circular polarizer filter only costs a further £5 and that helps cut down any glare or reflection from the windscreen and is recommended. With fraudulent claims and tax on insurance rising in the last year, driving costs for the youngest motorists have escalated to new levels. Those aged 18 to 25 are now paying on average around £2,000 a year for cover. One answer for these new drivers is to take out telematics policies, which are estimated to save motorists in this age group more than £200 a year. However, some are not happy to be tracked by insurers and find the policies intrusive. Now there's a new type of policy aimed at driving costs down for young drivers, a dashcam policy. The cover is offered by My First Duck and guarantees that any customer who installs a Nextbase dashcam in their vehicle will be entitled to up to 30% off the cost of their premium. The RAC05 is one of the more expensive devices here, but for good reason. It records in 1296p definition and has speed camera and forward collision warnings rating. This RAC unit can also take up to 64 GB of storage, but then it does need the space. That's because the 05 records in 1296p definition, which is high enough to really be able to pick out number plates and other details. If your car isn't that well endowed with tech, this could make a handy addition as you gain speed camera and forward collision warnings, and it can tell you about changes in speed limits or what your average is through an average speed camera section. It's easy to use and robust, but unfortunately the mounting arm feels neither of those two things. The Nextbase 412GB records in pin-sharp 1440p definition and is one of the easiest devices to use. A worthy winner, rating this is a class piece of kit from an acknowledged player in the sector. The Nextbase 412GB records in 1440p, which makes the video incredibly sharp. You can easily adjust the settings by buttons down the side, although they're not that easy to use on the move. The whole device feels very well made, and you can easily slip the camera from its suction mounting when you leave the car. For those looking for a low-cost dashcam, there are some good deals out there at the moment, so it is worth hunting around. As an example, among Mailshop's selection you can pick up two at just £24.99, a discount of up to 60% on retail price. Check out the deals here.